1:15, this is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. The news edited by Catherine Pereira and read by Niranjan Abesundara. Government institutions operate the limited staff from tomorrow. Professor GLPD say that further discussions are underway with the health sector regarding the conducting of schools. 117 persons arrested yesterday for not following quarantine regulations. The Sri Lanka Transport Board has earned an income of over 600 million rupees for their special service during the festive season. Director of the National Dengue Eradication Unit says there's a high risk of dengue in the western, southern, central and Sabaragamuwa provinces. Many solutions are provided for the drinking water problem presented at the Gamasamagapitana program in Galle. In world news, patients in India struggle at home as hospitals choke. The Minister of Public Administration say that heads of all government institutions will be empowered to decide on the number of employees required to report to work from tomorrow. Relevant circular will be issued tomorrow, Secretary to the Ministry said. Accordingly, state sector officers will operate with limited number of staff from tomorrow due to the corona concerns or the spread of coronavirus. Education Minister GLPD says that further discussions are underway with the health sector regarding the conducting of schools. He further said that a final decision could be taken by this evening. Police spokesman D. Rohan has said a total of 117 persons were arrested within yesterday for not following quarantine regulations. This is the highest number of arrests made within a single day for offences under the quarantine law. General Manager of the Sri Lanka Transport Board, Panduka Swarnahansa, said the board has earned an income of 620 million rupees during the 11 days of the special service implemented in the New Year season. The Railway Department has also earned an income of 8 million rupees during the period. The permanent ownership of the Colombo Port City land to the government has been declared in the parliamentary proposal. The final audit report of the port city should be presented to the parliament. The public have the opportunity to study it before it is presented to the Parliament. Relevant draft bill of the port city was prepared by the previous government. Earlier it was rejected by the Attorney General Department on 2 occasions as it went beyond the Constitution. The present draft bill presented to the Parliament is a less part one than the earlier 2 draft bills. This news broadcast comes to you from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. The Galle office of the National Water Supply and Drainage Board said that many solutions were given for the drinking water problems in Galle district, which were presented at the Gamasamagapitana program. Solutions were given for 15 problems out of the 20 presented at the program. 5 persons who organized a musical concert in Kidavarankulama village in Medavachia violated the quarantine rules have been taken into custody by the Medavachia police. The musical equipment used for the concert has also been taken into custody. This raid has been conducted on information received by the police on 119. The Secretary of the Police, Sri Lanka Public Health Inspectors Mahendra Balasurya said there's high risk in the western and northwestern provinces due to COVID pandemic. It is important adhering to health guidelines at this juncture. He requested that children and pregnant mothers should be prevented from visiting crowded areas as much as possible. Over 200 COVID-19 cases had been identified from Colombo district yesterday. The number of corona cases reported in the country increased to 101,379 yesterday, following the detection of 793 patients. That was local news.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
The director of the National Dengue Eradication Unit, Dr. Anuraja Sekara, said there's a high risk of dengue in the western, southern, central and Sabaragamuwa provinces due to the intermittent rains experienced in these areas. More talks have been invested with the health of medical officers to eradicate the dengue menace. The responsibility of the public is to maintain their premises by keeping them clean and tidy. Highest number of dengue patients have been reported from the Colombo district this month. 935 dengue patients have been identified in Colombo in the first 4 months of this year. That was the main news story.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
On to Watchlight. A part of the weekly fair premises in Dharaniyagala was demolished 7 months ago, saying it was for development work. But the construction work has not been done as yet by the Dharaniyagala Pradesha Sabha. Due to this reason, traders and consumers are facing many difficulties. This was the attention of the governor of Sabaragamuwa province. That came to in Watchlight.
World News. Brought to you by courtesy of
the best discount in this Aurudhu season, People's Leasing Polywasi. Enjoy an interest rebate of 25% from People's Leasing for all the leasing facilities during this Aurudhu season. Call 011-206-300 for more details. Conditions apply.
People's Leasing, the trusted leader.
Patients in India struggle at home as hospitals choke. US is sending medical aid to pandemic hit India. Over 80 killed in fight Iraq's COVID-19 hospital. More hospitals in Delhi and many other cities in India have completely run out of beds, forcing people to find ways to get treatment for sick patients at home. But even that is proving to be a very difficult task as prices of oxygen cylinders, concentrators and essential medicines have skyrocketed on the black market. Anshu Priya spent most of yesterday looking for an oxygen cylinder for her father-in-law's condition, and she couldn't find any hospital bed in Delhi or in the suburb of Noida. Her search for an oxygen cylinder in shops was so futile, forcing her to turn to black market. The United States is pledging immediate medical aid to India, which is facing a surge in coronavirus cases. The number of cases has topped 300,000 per day for the fourth day in a row in India, resulting in a shortage of medical-grade oxygen. Local media reported on Saturday that 20 coronavirus patients died in New Delhi hospital because of a lack of oxygen. Administration of the U.S. President Joe Biden announced yesterday the U.S. will immediately provide India with raw material needed to manufacture COVID-19 vaccine, diagnostic test kits, ventilators, and protective gear. A fire raged through an Iraqi hospital for coronavirus patients in southern Baghdad late on Saturday night. The country's interior ministry said so far 82 people have died and more than 100 others were injured. Local health officials say that many of the victims are patients and their visiting family members. They added that over 200 people, including medical workers and patients, were rescued. Local media say the flames swept through the intensive care units when an oxygen cylinder exploded. And back to the headlines of the world news. Patients in India struggle at home as hospitals choke. US has sent medical aid to pandemic hit India. Over 80 killed in fight Iraq's COVID-19 hospital. That was World News.
World News. Brought to you by courtesy of
the best discount in this Aurudhu season, People's Leasing Polywasi. Enjoy an interest rebate of 25% from People's Leasing for all the leasing facilities during this Aurudhu season. Call 011-206-300 for more details. Conditions apply.
People's Leasing, the trusted leader.
Development news. The National Water Supply and Drainage Board say that several water supply projects have been completed this year have already been commenced. 11 projects will be completed this year. The project planning manager Vasanta Ilagaratna said that these projects will be implemented as short-term, medium and large-scale projects. That was development news. On to sports news. Australian pair of Kate Richardson and Adam Zampa, both of the Royal Challengers Bangalore squad, have left the IPL and will be returning to Australia. A statement by the franchise put their decision down to personal reasons. Richardson and Zampa became the second and third Australians to leave the IPL following Rajasthan Royals' Andrew Tyer's departure yesterday. Tyer had flown back to Australia to avoid the risk of not being able to return home because of the prevailing COVID-19 situation. That was sports news.
Contributory deposit of 1,000 rupees from NSB when your child enters grade 1. Open a Hapan Children's Service account for your kid today. Higher interest. Conditions apply. Business News. Sponsored by National Savings Bank. The safest place for your money.
Minister Ramesh Patharan said the plantation industry has received a 20% increase than the previous year. The reason for this is that the government has allocated large sum of money to develop infrastructure facilities of cultivators. That was Business News.
Business News. Sponsored by National Savings Bank. The safest place for your money. Contributory deposit of 1,000 rupees from NSB when your child enters grade 1. Open a Hapan Children's Service account for your kid today. Higher interest. Conditions apply.
Economic News, courtesy of
I bought my daughter a laptop for her work by managing my finances. Whatever the expenses may be, I can't afford to miss out on life's special moments like her birthday or our anniversary. So you need to invest to make your family's future flourish.
Saving money isn't easy when you have responsibilities. That's why we promise to give you the best returns and guarantee on your investment. LOLC Finance Fixed Deposits. Maximize your savings. LOLC Finance PLC, incorporated on the 13th of December 2001, is rated SLA stable by ICRA Lanka Limited and is licensed by the Monetary Board of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka under the Finance Business Act number 42 of 2011.
The financial assistance given to the small tea holders will be increased. 630,000 rupees will be given for an acre for new cultivation. Financial assistance given for recultivation has been increased up to 750,000 rupees. He said it's also been decided to provide fertilizer subsidies for the rubber cultivation. That was economic news.
Saving money isn't easy when you have responsibility. That's why we promise to give you the best returns and guarantee on your investment. LOLC Finance Fixed Deposits. Maximize your savings. LOLC Finance PLC, incorporated on the 13th of December 2001, is rated SLA stable by ICRA Lanka Limited and is licensed by the Monetary Board of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka under the Finance Business Act number 42 of 2011.
On to the weather. Met Department says showers or thunder showers will occur at several places in the western, central, Sabaragamuwa, southern, Uva, north central and northwestern provinces during the evening or night. Showers may occur in the western and southern coastal areas during the morning tomorrow. Fairly falls of 70 millimeters can be expected some places in the western, Sabaragamuwa, Uva and central provinces and God and Mathura districts. That was the weather report. And back to the headlines of the news. Government institutions to operate with limited staff from tomorrow. Professor GLPD say that further discussions are underway with the health sector regarding the conducting of schools. 117 persons arrested yesterday for not following quarantine regulations. The Sri Lanka Transport Board has earned an income of over 600 million rupees for their special service during the festive season. Director of the National Dengue Eradication Program says that there is a high risk of dengue in the western, southern, central and Sabaragamuwa provinces. Many solutions were provided for the drinking water problem presented at the Gamasamaga Pirisandara program in Galle. In world news, patients in India struggle at home as hospitals choke. That in the news, and back to your friend in mine, Victor Raj, keep entertained this Monday afternoon. Back to you, Victor.